Hi and welcome to Manchester. I'm Mick Brennan and this is another new show of the programme here in the heart of Manchester. This week I'm going to be looking at some of the off the pitch things with the boys, looking at the welfare and their education side of things. And with us coming close to the end of this current season's programme, the boys have been working very hard in the classroom to get ready for final exams or get ready to submit their final assignments. With that, they've still been out there on the pitch working hard with the coaches with some more guest sessions that have happened this week. But firstly, I'm joined here in the school by Julie, who is our welfare and accommodation officer. Julie, thank you for joining us here. Firstly, tell us a little bit about your role here with the students and in the school.
Well, my role is mostly about supporting students with health issues, any kind of aspects that are not necessarily the course in itself of football, and I also deal with host families.
Okay, so with sort of looking at health issues and any concerns they have, with these students being from all over the world, you're generally their first port of call if they've got any issues or any problems and concerns.
Yeah, they always come and talk to me. I'm always available in reception. People know where I am, teachers, students, if they've got any kind of concerns, they always come and ask me. I usually help them with doctor's appointments or hospital appointments or any kind of emergencies.
Okay, and what with new students that are coming here for the first time, what are the type of things that you quite often get from them?
Well, obviously, if they've just arrived in a completely new country, new environment, I help them settle down. We help them with transport. Sometimes they don't know how to get home. We help them with setting up bank accounts. We help them with setting up, or basically settling down and creating a new life in the UK.
Brilliant. Now you say that you obviously manage the host families as well.
Mm-hmm.
In the host family, firstly, how do you recruit the host families?
Well, first of all, I about 95% of the families I would have seen them, visited them myself. So I go to the family, we get like paperwork, but it's also having a chat with them, see if we feel like they might be suitable. So that's how it works really. I go and have a chat with them, we do some paperwork, and we do all checks, like necessary checks, police checks for students under 18. We do all these kinds of checks for all kinds of students.
So, and what's the benefit of for the students being in a host family rather than being in a residence with all the rest of the students?
Well, first of all, it is good in the sense that students have someone to go home to at night, rather than just going back to an empty residence room. And residence is good for friends. If you can make friends, if you're very outgoing. Host family is good for all students really. It's good. It's a nice support in the UK when you've just arrived and you're settling down. They can help you practice your English. They can help you with your homework. They can just give you a family environment when you're away, or the students are away from home.
Super. And a lot of the families take a real keen interest in what they're doing here in the school.
Oh yeah, of course.
You're in regular contact with them, and
I'm in contact. I'd say probably not every day, but at least once a week with all host families. They'd email me asking how the students are doing, or I'd email them asking how the students are doing at home as well. So it's just we're in constant contact really. So it's teamwork really.
Good. So basically the host families are part of the school here, and it all acts as one. They really do support the students.
In a way, they're a member of staff as well. They work with us. We work together to make sure that the students have the best possible time in the UK, because they spend probably more time at home than they do in school. So we really want students to be comfortable. We want students to feel at home really.
Great. And from working with students and the host families, what type of response do you get from our students here on the programme with regards to the host family?
They're all very positive. Very often it happens that once students go home, the host families would visit the students on holiday, for example. So they create really long-term relationships. That's very, very common. But most students are very happy. They feel supported. They feel like they have a family in the UK. So.
Really, and am I right in thinking there's quite a lot of the host families that sort of work as a little community themselves, sharing ideas and help each other out?
Yeah, very often the host families would know other host families, so they can, give each other advice. So it's quite common.
Good. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and keep up the good work supporting the students there and making sure that they're safe while they're in Manchester.
So I then this week have looked further into the education side of the boys and just been watching what they've been doing in class. So here in Manchester, the boys have been working towards the final presentations in the BTEC classes. The small size of the classes means that the tutors can give them some very individual attention and work with them on developing their learning and making sure that they can achieve what they need to in their final assignments. And during class, because of where they're up to, they're giving an opportunity to put together their final assignments for their BTEC. With that said, the boys haven't been missing out on the pitch, still working hard, and it was great to see them preparing their team shape prior to the Stockport game this week and listening attentively to what Neil and Nigel had to say about the game. And that's all we have time for from Manchester. Thank you for tuning in and listening to what we have to say about the boys here in Manchester and following their progress. If you want to join us here in Manchester, contact us on one of the email addresses on screen now or through our website. Have a great week and tune in again next week to see what the boys are up to.